Hi Leo, welcome to Ethereal Light Tarot. Today I'll be doing a reading for the collective for the month of July. So these will be just general messages, and I'll just read whatever comes out and whatever screams at me, and then I'll tune into that, and that'll be your reading. So I'll start off with a card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle by Kyle Gray. I haven't done it for the other signs, but I think it would be really useful to pull one for your reading, and perhaps I'll continue to pull from this deck on the other readings as well. Okay, so I'm just going to pick one card, and this will be your overall theme for the month of July. Okay, great. We have a card. Okay, your card is Broken Arrow. It says embrace the energy of peace. Okay, so it's saying to drop your armor and to allow yourself to trust and to open up, and just to give up the fight. And even if you do find yourself in a situation where there's conflict and you are wanting to defend yourself, and you feel like you need to defend yourself, if you do find yourself in a situation where you are actually right and you want to stick to your guns, rather this card is saying for you just to drop it, just to give it up, even if you are right, even if someone else is at fault. But if it means that it'll disturb the peace, the harmony, it would be best for you just to give it up and just let it go. And if you do find yourself angry, find an outlet to let it out creatively, as opposed to creating drama and havoc. Because what will happen is, if you engage in a fight or any icky energy with someone, is that that will kind of leave like a stale atmosphere. It's like the energy will be so thick that it will end up clinging to you, and then you would end up feeling really agitated, worked up, and just really heavy, and it's just going to keep you in a cycle of drama. And it would be best just to give it up, let it go, and just to breathe and just to surrender. So look at this as an exercise in letting go, surrendering, and just when you feel yourself like really revved up and worked up, just go into meditation or close your eyes or breathe, and just center yourself and bring yourself back into yourself, and just breathe and just focus on your inner self, as opposed to being distracted or agitated by the drama on the outside. Okay, so that is such a beautiful way to open up your reading. It's one of peace. It's to stand for peace and letting it flow. The next card out is the Three of Pentacles. So this card speaks about collaboration, and this ties in really beautifully with the Broken Arrow card here, which speaks about peace. And the Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. So now is the time to work as a team with others, and just to, if there are differences, if you each have like different ways of looking at things, of doing things. Like, I feel like now's the time to collaborate and just to use your differences skillfully so that you can work together in a creative way, as opposed to having the differences create separation. But now's the time just to work with others, see how you can stretch yourself, just to have a really balanced and harmonious partnership and relationship with those around you. So if there are any I would say, if there's any conflict at work, in your job, in your professional life, this card to me says that even if there are people teaming up against you, it would be better for you to be the bigger person. If you do see beyond the pettiness or the conflict, and it's just for you to recognize that this is just an attempt just to gain attention, get a popularity, or so for example, if these are your colleagues, right, I feel like they might do like really silly things just to get the upper hand. But for you to I think it would be best for you just to not sink to their level, because okay, so I see this as you, and you are on the stool, right? So you are higher above them and they are on the ground. So I feel like there are a group of people, or two people, or someone that will try and really get to you. But the only way that they can really get to you is for you to stoop really low and just to play on their level, and for you to get like involved in the pettiness, in the drama, in the nonsense. But if you do get provoked, hold your head high and just don't engage. Just turn the other cheek and be the bigger person, and just don't engage. Just shrug it off, ignore it, and eventually they'll try and get your attention. But if you don't respond to them at all, they basically have nothing to work with, and eventually they'll get bored because they are not getting the attention that they are looking for, and they don't get they can't like I want to say, like, they can't draw in your energy, they can't take your power away from you. But if you remain upright, if you remain centered in your power, and not being petty, I feel like that's a way to keep your power intact. And yeah, so when they don't get your power, they have basically nothing to hold over you. And yeah, great stuff. Also, if there's like any jealousy, pettiness, gossiping, I feel it would be wise for you just to if you see anything like that heading your way, it would be best for you just to carry on with your work and do what you do best and don't engage. But if there is an opportunity for you to kind of for you to maintain the balance, then put in the effort just to keep things in harmony. But if it's like too much for you to handle and things are just like really volatile, just let it go. Next card out is the Ten of Swords. So basically this speaks about being stabbed in the back, being down and out, having hit rock bottom. Perhaps there let me just quickly tune into this. Okay, so basically the basic energy I'm getting from this is, you know, the typical being stabbed in the back and just feeling like you are really exhausted, that you need a break, and that you don't know, you have endured so many backstabbing and people who have lied to you, who have betrayed you, and you feel just really knocked out. You've had to endure a lot of adverse circumstances, and just a moment ago I saw 11:11 on the clock, and I feel like, having seen that and just looking at this overall on the cards that we have thus far, I feel like you are feeling really low and depressed, but and you might have been calling out for help from the divine. And I feel like seeing 11:11 is that it's a message for you to it's like you have been calling out, and that 11:11 is just like a message saying that you are being heard and the answers are coming. Or if you just silence yourself, and then you would hear the feedback, you would hear the divine messages, you will see the signs that you are looking for. And so if you do find yourself in this really dark, depressed state, and just going over and over in your mind with this mental conflict, and you beating yourself down with all these negative thinking and all these dense thoughts, it would be better for you just to go into meditation and to let it go. Just practice forgiving, whether it being like forgiving other people or forgiving yourself. Actually, do it all. So forgive others and forgive yourself. Well, basically forgiveness is basically for you, because you are the one walking around with the pain, with the grudges. So it's almost like, how does it go? There's this saying that goes like, you drinking the poison and expecting someone else to die, while you're the one suffering, you're the one in agony, you are the one that has this darkness hanging over you, and just things weighing you down. So the message is for you just to practice forgiveness and surrendering. Don't hold on to the negativity. Don't hold on to all the bad things that has happened to you. Don't hold grudges. Just let it go, and yeah, let it go. Next card out, we have the King of Wands. So that is your card, Leo. So this says to me that if you, when you do work on these energies, and then the 10 being the highest number, and then we have the darkness lifting as this new day approaches, right? So you have light at the horizon. if you do the healing. And then the next card out is the King of Wands, which shows that this is you in your power. And if you so okay, so this is the King of Pentacles, right? And he's facing that way. So so these are the three cards, and the king is looking, I'm gonna just show you. So the king is looking in this direction, right? So he's looking straight at the Ten of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. So he's looking at all the backstabbing and betray and all the pain that he suffered, right? And this is all the conflict that's currently happening, the icky energy, right? The competition, the pettiness, the gossiping, the lies, the betrays, the just this icky nasty energy, right? And then the Ten of Pentacles, oh sorry, the Ten of Swords. So this king is looking right at his past, right? So he's looking at this situation. I feel like this is you in the future, right? And this is like, or if you, I feel like you are currently experiencing this, and this is what you are yet to embody. So the king is looking directly at this darkness and all this ickiness, and he's recognizing, so this could be any sex, right? But I'll just use he for simplicity. So I feel like he's looking at the past and all the and he's looking at, I want to say that all the situations that he's been in, and he sees that he's been through hell and back, and he's suffered a lot. And when he looks at the past, all he sees is just drama, broken dreams, conflict, pain, agony, depression of people and situations just not going really smoothly. There's a really dark past, but I feel like you have the energy, right? You have the spirit of the lion within you. You are so bold and so courageous and so strong. And when you do overcome this, right, so in your future you have this yellow, this new horizon. You have clarity and light that's coming into your world after you have endured the maximum energy of the situation. A rebirth comes in. And so when you have overcome all the ills of the past that has been troubling you, you then get into this energy of the King of Pentacles, where you are how can I say, you are the things, the things that didn't kill you, you realize that it actually made you stronger. Yeah, there were moments where it really broke you down, but you see now that it was absolutely necessary for you to go through there, because you it gave you a deeper sense of strength. It made you realize the strength that you have inside that you didn't think you have. It's usually when in our darkest moments, when we think we cannot go on, or we feel like this is just really intense, really extreme, I'm not sure how I'm gonna, or just when you're saying to yourself like, wow, this is going to take forever to heal. But it's when you are in the darkness and you can't see anything in front of you, it's just fog and darkness, but yet you do try your best, and somehow in this darkness, in this heaviness, you in your attempt just to kind of survive, there's this almost supernatural strength that comes in within you, and you feel that bravery, you feel that courage, you feel that strength out of nowhere just to keep doing, or you get brand new ideas on how to string things together, how to make it work. So I feel like you have been able to make things work out of nothing, and you just recognize how resourceful you are and how capable you are, and how even though you've had a lot happening in your past, you know that you that didn't really, that didn't break, that didn't defeat you, even though you felt like you had you are being defeated. But you have, I feel like you have found your strength, and you have managed just to get up again. And then next card out, we have the Eight of Swords, another Swords card. So it speaks to me that you are really in your head. You are having all this negative thoughts in your head, and feeling like, even though over here you are in your power, you are embodying your strength, right? But I feel like even though you recognize the strength you have, there are moments where you just kind of like sway back and forth into survival mode, and then into the victim mode, and then you just kind of fluctuate between being a victim and then reclaiming back your power and standing firm in your power. You might be feeling like you are that your hands are tied and there's not much you can do out of the situation, but actually there's a lot you can do. You are not even though there are things that might not be clear to you and you feel like you are bound, you are not bound completely. Like your legs are freed up, even though your arms and your eyes are tied. You have your legs, you can walk. So I feel like you need to gain trust in yourself, and even if it feels really dark and heavy, and you find yourself like in this illusion where you're trying to figure out what's real, what's not real, and you are just trying to find your way out. But know that if you do experience like all these tumbling thoughts in your mind going round and round and round, and you are trying to find your way out, but you are trying to find your way out of this overthinking and all this negative thinking. But I feel like your strategy over here is you want to escape this repetitive thinking by thinking your way out of it. So that is your plan, to use your thinking to think yourself out of the mental tumble, right? But I feel like you need to change your strategy, because if you say like, okay, I'm just going to use my intellect and I'm going to think myself out of this situation, I'm going to find a loophole, I'm going to find a gap. But I feel like if you do that, that will just be fuel to kind of keep the system going round and round. So if you do, like, I feel like you'll end up spending a lot of time in thinking mode. So all you are doing, you are just adding another load of thinking and then you are just in this over analyzing thinking kind of, and what that does is that over time it just kind of like debilitates you, and you are feeling paralyzed by the overthinking, so much so that you find yourself not moving, and staying really stuck and just doing things over and over and over again. So it's just basically a cycle, and you're just going over and over and over again. It's so I think what you need to realize is like there's no kind of like miraculous aid going to come and just fix everything in an instant, or someone's going to come to your rescue and help you out of this mess. No, that I feel like it's just wishful thinking. And if you're going to think like that, you'll find yourself stuck. And when you are stuck, you just end up doing the same things over and over again. You don't make any changes. You are suffering over and over again. But and time goes on, like you can end up staying like this for months, for years. There are often a lot of people who stay stuck for years, and then it's only after 10, 20 years or whatever, then they realize, well, something's got to give. There has to be a change that needs to happen. There has to be a different approach. There has to be a new way of thinking, right? And it's only, so I feel like don't wait until don't wait for you to don't wait that long for the light to switch on. Know that if you hear this and you are in this position, know that the longer you feel, the longer you stay in that state where you feel helpless and like a victim, and you're like, oh, I have all this baggage, all this drama going on, and you just keep on telling yourself that story. The more you do that and the longer you stay in this situation, that's how much time you are kind of pouring down the drain, which you can't get back, and opportunities slip you by, and that's how you end up feeling, that's how you feel regret, because you could have done something when you had the opportunity. If you hadn't been so much in your head, you would see that there is a way out. You would see everything that is beyond your immediate circumstances. You can see beyond the illusion. You can see farther ahead. You can see the things that are not yet there. You have ambition, you have drive, you have a vision. You see all the potential that exist beyond your current state, and the sooner you get out of this and you get proactive and you do what you can, you take steps. It can be little steps, but you have to have a routine. It's like you say, like, okay, today I'm going to do XYZ, and I'm gonna do bit by bit. I'm not gonna try and race or force myself or push myself into healing or progressing or etc., or to perform really well. So like, I'm going to be patient with myself, and I'm going to work through healing and forgiving and letting it all go, and just to bearing all the swords, just bearing the hatchet, and I'm going to make little steps every day just to get myself to where I want to go, to where I see myself in the future. Like, I'm going to work really hard just to get to this level, because I know it is possible. I know that I can attain it. Because if you can dream something, anything, you have, because you have the ability to dream it, you have the capacity to fulfill it. And if you say like you don't have the necessary resources or etc., it's like at the end of the day, it's like, really, you need to really ask yourself, is that really the issue? Is that really what's stopping you? Because more often than not, it's just excuses. And if you look deeper, if you delve deeper, you will see that there's an underlying fear and underlying insecurity, or something that's stopping you, and you need to find out what it is that's stopping you, because it's not these thoughts, because you can easily maneuver yourself out of this. You can walk right out, you can kind of like put your foot out and feel where's the barriers, where, and you can kind of like make your way out. And you don't always have to see what's going on. If it's really dark, you can find your way out by listening to your gut, listening to your inner voice, and to reaching up and connect with spirit and ask for answers, ask for the guidance, because it will come to you. If you silence yourself and you silence your thoughts, and because messages and guidance can't come through if you are in a state of overthinking, of panicking, of being in survival mode, and just relying on your own understanding, relying on your own will. But you can't get the guidance if you are in that state. So you really need to let it go. You need to surrender. And it's not just saying that you are surrendering, something, or you are doing certain steps, or you are looking at a book and you are following all the steps and saying like, okay, you really need to get really intimate with yourself and be really brutally honest with yourself, and to like, if you do suspect that, okay, like you are tricking yourself or fooling yourself, or you are just being like cunning, it's like, you will know. You can't hide from yourself, because the moment you are being dishonest, you will recognize it, you will pick it up. And don't turn a blind eye, don't pretend like you didn't notice it, because when you do notice that you are that you're not being entirely honest, it will come back around and bite you. Like, it might not appear, when it comes around, it might not appear obvious or recognizable, but after a while it will come back to you. So that is just basically that is like karma. So we have a conscience, right? So it's like this internal mechanism. So when you are doing something that you know it's like a little off, something that's off balance, that doesn't sit well with you, when you are doing something that's not in alignment with who you are as a person, or who you see yourself as, what that will happen is that this mechanism recognizes the discord, and it feels like this when you have this discord, right, your aura, it changes the patterns of your aura, and what you are sending out is like a it's like because your aura is now, because of this disharmony, it's kind of wobbly, right? It's like wobbling a bit, and it sends out this buzzing energy out into the universe and saying like something is not in alignment, because the way nature works, like nature seeks balance, right? That's why we have laws. We have physical laws, we have all kinds of laws just to keep things in balance, into harmony, into making the system work and flow together. So when this ripples out into nature, right, your environment around you picks it up and senses this harmony, and so it brings out situations and it brings situations and things into your life, be it in the form of people or circumstance or just anything that will just get you to notice it. And the way it, because you, based on where you at emotionally and internally and mentally and spiritually and all of those things, based on where you're at, if you're sending out that kind of energy, it will come back to you, and it might come in the form of really annoying you, being like really aggressive and wanting to kind of like attack you or cause conflict or cause you pain or whatever. That is just to get your attention. If something is like there to cause you pain, disharmony, anger, or anything, or anything hectic, or any significant kind of energy, right? This is all just to get your attention. And if you are awake and conscious enough, you will recognize exactly what this thing is. It won't come like, okay, it won't come with a label on its forehead saying like, hey, here is an issue, you need to heal this part of yourself. No, it's not. It's coming in a form where it's not recognized. And it will take for you to be really cognizant and really conscious and alert and awake, for you to recognize, hey, here is an opportunity for me to take a different approach, for me to really look at what this is trying to tell me, what is it trying to teach me, what healing is it bringing, what is this, and why is it dressed up like this? Can I undress it? Can I see what is underneath? What is it made up of? And can I dissect it? And can I get to the core of it? And can I understand it? Can I gain wisdom from the situation? Can I heal it? Is there a different way to handle it? And when you take that approach, right, that is how you get out of the stuck energy of doing things over and over again and expecting a different result. But that is when you are taking a different approach, and when you are changing your perception and the way you view things, that is a true opportunity for you to really, really heal. And not just healing on a superficial level, but healing at a deep level, and just getting to the core and just getting that thing out, and just to clean it up, and just to heal from it, and just to get to the root cause of things, right? And that is also an opportunity for you to learn and to gain wisdom from. Right, let's pull more Okay, then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so when you take that approach, right, of changing your perception, of looking at things at a different way, what follows is a gift from source, and this is the Ace of Wands. So this is a new inspiration. This is a new beginning. This is a way for you to start over and to start fresh, and for you to build anew, to build from scratch. It's like you know how you know how the story goes when you are in this energy, and you know how bad it can get, but don't let that be your fate, but know that you can build it all over. You can build it anew. You can heal yourself. You can have a different you can have a different dream. You can have a different vision for yourself. Like, this is an inspired thought. So often, well, we get like gifts from spirit all the time. It's like when every time you have a new idea, a fresh a new idea for a project or an invention, or you have this new burst of fire inside of you. You have this energy, you have this inspiration, just this feeling inside of you. There's a fire starting inside of you. Like, all of those things are gifts from spirit, and sometimes we don't recognize it as such, but that's exactly what it is. It's like little blessings that we receive, and I don't mean little, but it's just like it's like a blessing that comes in, like, it's not recognized, but it is like this brand new gift, and this gift only comes when we are when we have closed the chapters of the old, and we have really just closed that chapter, and then when we go into the unknown and stepping into the new. So what we get is we get tools. We get tools every time when we start a new cycle or a new beginning. We always get a new tool, something from spirit, to aid us into our in our next cycle. Is that we get what we need, we get the resources, and we are never alone. We aren't alone in this. We have an entourage of spirit guides, of helpers, of ancestors, of benevolent beings who are here to assist us. Heck, we have people around us, or they may not be in our immediate circle, but they may be anywhere, and there are people who are genuine, who it's not all people are in this kind of energy where they are trying to have power struggles or trying to win at all costs. There are others who are different. If you find like you have only this is all you know, and like people are always trying to win and have power struggles, look beyond your immediate circle, and branch out, and you will find that there are people who are caring, who are genuine, who are there to assist you and guide you, but it will take for you to really change your mind and to have an open mind, and to know that not all things are bad, even though there are things that are like, there are a lot more light out there. There are a lot more blessings and opportunities. There are people who can assist you, can help you, that are fair and just, and you can find your spirit team. You can connect to your divine brothers and sisters. Go onto online communities, YouTube, or groups, self-help groups, or in courses. There are a lot of like-minded people, but you just have to look around and see that they are all around, and they are willing to reciprocate in a healthy, balanced way. Okay, I'm just going to draw one more card, and then I am going to get into the Lightworkers Oracle. Beautiful. So we had the High Priestess jump out, right? And so when you do connect with people who are like-minded, who are not operating in this dark, toxic kind of energy, or there are people who are balanced, who are mature, who are benevolent, who are kind, caring, genuine. When you do look around and you connect with people like that, it's like the more you spend time engaging with people like that, that is how you learn from each other, and you exchange best practices, and you're immediately there are changes in your aura, in your vibration, when you make healthy choices and you start practicing it, slowly but surely, and eventually, and perhaps immediately, you will recognize that there is a change happening, and like it will lift you up, and your outlook will change. It will be brighter, and you will adapt a new way of thinking, of looking at things, of seeing things. And when you do, and your final card out is the High Priestess, is that you embody this energy of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone who is really wise. This is a psychic. She's really in tune with the divine, with nature, with the elements around, with the dark and the light. I feel you become a master of the light and the dark. I feel like your reading started out with all this darkness and density, and then it kind of towards the end, it's like this brand new beginning. It's this this new outlook. It's this new this newness, and it's all this benevolent energy coming in, and you embracing that. And when you do, you have a healthy balance between the dark and the light, because like in the past you have experienced the darkness, and now you can see through the veils. You can see through the veils of illusions, and you can see the new opportunities. You can see all the blessings that's all around you always, and you can see that there is good as well. And now I feel like you have experienced both, and now you are feeling like very balanced and stable. And I feel like so your reading started out with the broken arrow, right, where it says that you need to embrace peace, and it started out really shaky, and really a lot has been happening, and over here you end up feeling really balanced and restored. The very thing that's keeping you down and swaying is now something that brings balance to your life. And because you have experienced this, you know its anatomy, and now you can recognize it when that same kind of energy wants to come into your world. It's like you can look beyond it, and you can see right to the core of what it truly is, and you can now choose. You can choose better, because now you are able to see with more clarity as you connect to your inner self, as you connect with your soul, as you connect with source, with your higher self, with your guides, with the divine, with the nature, is that you then get downloads. And the more you practice, practice connecting, the better you are able to receive the messages, the guidance, and the more your channel is wide open and it's clear, and you get the fruits, you get the blessings and the wisdom pouring right into you. And this is just really beautiful, because it says to me that even though you have been in your mind about it, you do overcome it, and you have this fiery, bold, courageous energy, and you have the high priestess as the cards at the very end of your reading, which is just really beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to go right into the Lightworkers Oracle. Sorry, my throat is just getting like really dry. So I'm just going to wrap this out for you. Oh, my apologies if you're wearing headphones. I know like this counter can be really loud. So I'm just going to draw a message from this oracle deck as what you need to focus on, what is your overall message for the month of July, and what is there to also aid you. Oh my gosh, sorry. The number 2 is also a card of peace, and over here in the beginning, the message told you to embrace peace, and at the end it looks like you have with the 2, with the balance. Okay, great. We have a card. Oh, not one card, we have 2 cards. So okay, so you have 6th ray of devotion, right? Number 43. And then you have 10, the power of the divine masculine. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get into it. 6th ray of devotion first. just gonna hold this up and then I'm gonna read. Okay, sixth ray of devotion. The sixth ray of devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the sixth ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessing of the sixth ray now. You are receiving a blessing of the sixth ray of devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. The sixth ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is an empowering, motivating force, far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to be burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The sixth ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against all odds. The challenge with the sixth ray is the challenge with the sixth ray is to not become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are as many paths to divine union as there are people. That the ways of the universe calls you home to love. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. For those working with this energy, the power of the mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects and practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness, so you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear not to be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you to love always. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. When Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of earth, is brought to your aid. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to see and discover their own light or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the invocation. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the sixth ray of devotion and its blessings of will, strength, purpose, and the miraculous power of loving belief. I invite the genuine, unconditionally loving masters and archangels, including Uriel, Christ, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary, to assist and all beings on this earth in integrating the blessings of the sixth ray of devotion. I choose to keep my mind open and my heart soft, my will powerful and my actions true. May kindness prevail and passionate idealism be tempered by mercy for the greatest good. So be it. Okay. Oh wow, just look at that picture. Isn't it just beautiful? And over there is just, do you see like the surrendering and just giving it all up? It's just to let go and to accept help. Accept help from those who can help you, and also just to give it up to the divine, to God, to source, to spirit. And over here with the clouds, I just see this as your thoughts. And I feel like you are lifting it up into the sky so it can move away, so it can dissipate, so it can transmute into something else. Great. Yikes. Okay. The power of the divine masculine. An empowering energy seeks expression from within. It wishes to free you from confusion, paralysis, and stagnancy. It seeks to stir you into consciously chosen action, greater discipline, and focus. It is time to end the frustration of repeating old patterns. You are ready to break through into a new way of life. Feel inspired, be energized, and focus on your dreams and desires. Take steps to manifest them on the physical plane. Believe your success is inevitable. The divine masculine in you knows when to accept and when to say no to a belief, fear, habit, person, or situation. This divine masculine energy exists within all men and women. It rallies the spirit and responds in times when you may feel drained, taken advantage of, or overwhelmed by too many choices and demands. It cuts through the confusion and comes with choice and priority setting. It refuses to be distracted and keeps you from being dissuaded from your life purpose. The divine masculine is growing within you now. It is the spiritual light that reveals the truth without filters or veils. Let this energy clear distractions, demands, and drama from your life. Let it help you discern what is best for you and give you the courage to act on it. Let it help you sort out what is true from illusion. Let it help you dedicate your time and energy to what has most meaning for you. It will empower you to claim success in what matters most to you. The divine masculine overcomes procrastination. It acts again and again in accordance with the heart. Divine masculine energy empowers each leading light to lovingly assert him or herself in the world. It supports us in standing up for what what has meaning to our heart, whilst lovingly but firmly saying no when we need to do so. Do not minimize your inner divine masculine, whether you be man or woman, nourish it. However, if your masculine energy has been trapped in wounds of your ancestors, he may demand absolute perfection before you believe you are worthy of love. He may even be violent towards you, perhaps keeping you from saying no to violent relationships or self-harming, though through over-exercising, denying your body good nutrition or rest, or by ignoring your feelings, vulnerabilities, and intuitive wisdom. He may need healing from your inner divine feminine to feel loved, valuable, worthy, needed, and respected. Then the innermost misogynist will fall away, and a new empowered divine masculine asserts itself within you. Learn to trust this part of yourself. Let him become strong in you. He can be your guide, protector, defender. You are ready for this, and encourages you to act. As you trust in him, you will trust yourself to be visible. Your inner divine masculine will help you shine your light without fear, so others can also find their way through darkness into love. I'm going to read the invocation. I call upon the unconditionally loving divine masculine within me. I respect, honor, and need you. I release past pain in how we related to each other. We are blessed with the divine love and healing now. Help me to have the courage and self-belief to live my truth and be open about who I am. I honor your strength and power within me. I know that for every dream the divine has placed in my heart, so too has equal measure of confidence, intelligence, strength, and capacity to be placed in my soul. I choose to have the courage of my convictions and to journey within to find whatever I need to bring my light fully into the world. May all beings be supported in overcoming pain relating to the masculine principle. May all beings restore, heal, love, and respect him and his divine purpose into spiritual evolution of humanity. Through my own free will, I invite unconditional love to assist with this process for all beings. So be it. Just beautiful, beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful message that is. And I think that everyone can relate to that. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. That is just really, really beautiful. I know that this video has carried on for quite some time, so I'll just leave it at that, and I'll list the invocation in the comment section. So thank you so much, Leo, for joining me and for engaging in this reading and for your participation. It was really, really lovely and an honor to read for you, and I think that this is an absolute beautiful message for July, and I hope that you have found something in this that you can use, that's useful to you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. Thank you so much for connecting. Stay blessed.